we're going to do the opposite.
Nope.
Good Thursday morning, everyone, and welcome to KSAT News Now, streaming from the KSAT 12 newsroom. And joining me again today is Tiffany Huertas. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on KSAT News Now.
It's awesome. I was just on the west side covering a cultural arts nonprofit organization story that's going to air on the noon show, and now we're here.
Yes.
And you still have this going on.
I do, yeah, I do. So we had our annual the shave off, obviously after No Shave November. Again, a lot of big thanks to the people of San Antonio, family, friends that contributed to our efforts. But yeah, I decided I'm going to maybe keep this around for just a little bit. I think Justin Horn also is going to have his for just a little, maybe just for the winter.
It looks great.
Well, and I'll tell you what, we were at the Good Barber, and they did an incredible job this morning taking care of all of us. I mean, really pampered us. I mean, I have so many different lotions and stuff going on right now.
Doesn't it feel nice?
It feels amazing.
It's another world when you put a cream on your face, right?
Yeah,
Moisturizing.
Hot towels, cold towels, the whole deal. But yeah, they did a great job out there. And I think later on today, we're going to show you our leaderboard as we have surpassed 30,000.
Amazing.
Yeah, dollars raised in this effort to fight cancer. But yeah, very excited to see your story. I know you like to do a lot of things having to do with the community and
Yes.
also the culture and the heritage here in San Antonio.
Yes, but Puro San Antonio, this story, and it's amazing to see. It's been going on since 1993. They're doing
Okay.
like 50 murals across the city. They've been doing that, teaching the kids how to design, create, and just express themselves. And
Yeah.
that's just one of my favorite type of stories, when you can express yourselves and your feelings, because everyone has a lot to say. And I think this is a great outlet.
Awesome, yeah. So you were treating the community to a great story while the men here were getting treated
I like that.
during the 9 a.m. Yeah, but we will get ready to check out that story later on today. And of course, KSAT News Now, we have, you know, obviously top stories, a lot of some trending stories as well. So I think we're going to start with this first one here, and this involves crime in San Antonio. Tiffany?
Crime in San Antonio is up about 12% from last year. That's according to the latest data released by SAPD.
And in response, a nonprofit on the east side is launching its own effort to stop gun violence.
It's recruiting former criminals and former gang members to mentor younger people who are involved in crime.
And organizers say that this is the work that can only be measured by those of the lives that they are obviously impacting. And the program launch is actually this weekend. Organizers say that every member of a neighborhood should be involved positively influencing our future generations. So pretty cool story there. I know it's one that that Pari Santos did last night for us.
Yeah, a lot of numbers, putting that together, and all that information is on KSAT.com.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to a big national story here, and this has been a story that's been developing over weeks now, it seems, right? This has been something a lot of people have been following. The murder of 4 Idaho students, and officials are now saying that the killings may not have been a targeted attack.
On Wednesday night, a statement from the city of Moscow referenced an earlier miscommunication with the county prosecutor's office, which had previously said the attacker or attackers had specifically looked at the residence and targeted one or more of the occupants.
Yeah, if you're looking at us on the visual platforms, you see the crime scene there and a picture of the 4 victims there. So multiple local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies are still working to determine who is responsible, obviously, for these killings there.
Police have received more than 1,000 tips and conducted dozens of interviews. No suspect or murder weapon has been found.
Yeah, and of course this again a big national story here, and I remember at the time there was a lot of confusion as to how they would be targeted or maybe the circumstances around it, and obviously things have now sort of taken a little bit of a 180 there, and you just hope that, you know, the longer this goes, you just hope that hopefully we don't lose leads or that this doesn't become cold at all.
Yeah, and I know the families are hoping to get those answers soon so that they can continue to heal in this process.
Yeah, and again, these young students there from Idaho in that Moscow area, and again, all of them young victims there, and it's interesting anytime that you get into these types of situations where there's miscommunication between the police department there, prosecutors, and so definitely just a lot of different details that kind of need to be figured out here, and hopefully again that there's some justice here. And these are the kind of stories that just kind of that worry me, because you know they can go on for weeks at a time without finding any sort of resolution.
And a story that can go on and go on is immigration.
Yes.
Now, a Boston-based law firm suing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over migrants being thrown from San Antonio to Martha's Vineyard 2 months ago has added another person to that lawsuit.
Yes, and we have heard this woman's name before. Her name is Perla Huerta, and she is accused of being the lead recruiter of the Central and South American migrants in and around San Antonio.
Nearly 50 migrants were flown into Texas, only to find there were few resources or jobs.
That's right, and this lawsuit claims that Huerta lied to the migrants about the help that they would receive in landing jobs, including with their immigration cases if they agreed to get on these planes. And you know, it's something we mentioned yesterday. You did a lot of work in the border there, covering immigration. This is another sad situation where these individuals come over just looking for jobs, a better life, and then they get caught up in these situations, these political type of situations.
Yeah, and covering the journey that it takes For them to even get to the U.S.-Mexico border is incredible. They're leaving everything behind. They're sometimes even leaving their children behind, hoping to come here to the U.S. and just a better life for them, create this better life for them. And it's still the journey that is so incredible to hear, because every time you hear the word immigrant, migrant, there's a person, a family, kids involved, you know, so that's what it goes back to.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, these are families that are risking a lot, leaving their families behind in other countries to come over. And when you hear about these types of stunts or these types of actions, it's very, very disheartening. And then, you know, politics kind of get in the way of all of this. So, yeah.
I have a feeling the nonprofits are on top of all of this, and they're going to continue, and we're going to continue following this story for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so switching gears a little bit, man, you could definitely feel it. It's gotten pretty cold outside, and we are thinking about all things. I like that. Little sweater flex. There you go. Thinking all things Christmas, of course, on this first day of December. And check this out: Christmas dinner in a can.
Condiment maker Haynes has unveiled their big soup Christmas dinner just in time for the holidays.
All right, but it's only available, get this, in Britain, so I don't think I'd want to try this out. But anyways, this Christmas dinner soup has all the ingredients that you would want for a holiday meal. Some turkey, pigs in a blanket, Brussels sprouts, stuffing, potatoes. I saw Mia shaking her head over there off to the side. Cranberry sauce and gravy.
Now this is limited in supply. I wonder why.
Yeah.
And word on the street is it may already be sold out. I mean, I love all those ingredients.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can. I like all of those foods. Yeah, but I don't think I could have that in a soup. Why would you do that? That just. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me there.
I think we should try to get one and then test it.
Do a
test
taste test.
Here, right?
Okay, I am a big fan of that.
Mia's in for all these taste tests.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of that. And it looks like Heinz made about 20,000 cans of this bizarre Christmas soup. I don't know. Again, I like all those things separate. I like to eat them all together, but not in a liquid type of soup form. So.
Well, we're going to have to see how that goes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We are going to pick this up. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Christmas, it's officially that time of the year. So when we start to set up the lights, and the start of the holiday season kicked off in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're talking about the lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. And this year, the Norway spruce is about 90 years old, weighs 14 tons, and traveled about 200 miles to get to the Rockefeller Center. The tree has 50,000, yes, 50,000 LED lights.
The trees have come a long way since the tradition started in 1931.
And the very first Rockefeller Christmas tree only stood 20 feet tall. Very interesting there. After the tree comes down for the season, it'll be milled and lumbered and then donated.
I've actually seen this in real life. I've gone to New York.
And does it live up to the hype?
Yes.
It does.
But when you skate on that rink, you only get a limited.
I did not do that.
I did. I waited many hours, many hours. It was worth it, but you only get like a few minutes.
Really?
It's not that well.
It's
the
like
day
like
that
10 minutes or so.
because there's so many people that want to get. But what I did see was something very. Magical, holiday magic, I say. There was a proposal.
Aww.
Yes, that was my reaction. I was like, this is what I love about this whole thing.
Absolutely, yeah, the season, and yeah, definitely
everything is extra special, right?
It
Absolutely.
is. There's just kind of like that feeling in the air.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It's definitely a sight to see for sure. And I'm not someone that's like always just like easily impressed, but I was like, wow, it's pretty legit. I like it.
And it was cold, right?
It is cold. Yeah, I remember being there early December in New York a few years back, and I was like, okay, it's cold here, but this is pretty awesome to be out here.
I'm sure that's on my bucket list. I haven't been to New York City in the winter time, and I just feel like it's something that everybody should experience because it's one of those staple kind of destination places during the winter. So
absolutely,
that's awesome, guys.
Yes.
All right, so in the winter season, in theme with the winter season, today marks the start of meteorological winter. That starts on December 1st. But today's trivia question: when is the start of astronomical winter? So what people typically think about when winter starts, that of course is the winter solstice. So this year, does that occur on December 17th, 19th, 21st, or Christmas Day, the 25th? What do we think?
Ooh, okay. Do you want to go first?
Okay, I would say B.
Okay.
December 19th.
B, December 19th. You know what? I think I'm going to be a little crazy here, Mia.
Okay,
And I think we're going to go Christmas Day.
You're gonna go Christmas
December
Day?
25th.
Go
Let's do
all
it. Winter
in?
solstice.
It's the
Oh,
21st.
man.
So in between the two, you
Yeah,
guys,
you
y'all
see?
bookended it, so that was
Yes,
good.
we got it.
But yes, the winter solstice
Be
occurs
nice.
on December 21st this year, marking the shortest day of the year. So that's typically when we see the lowest amount of sunlight hours.
Oh,
And then after
interesting.
that starts off
Okay.
the winter season, but then after that, days start getting longer all the way up to the summer solstice, which occurs in next summer. So
Okay,
pretty cool.
so days get shorter there. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so
very
days are
interesting.
getting shorter right now,
Yeah.
all the way up to the winter
Yeah.
solstice, and that marks the
Oh.
shortest day of
I
the year.
have felt that, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's darker now.
He's
I'm like,
like,
what time is it? It's like 6 o'clock. It's dark.
Yeah, and daylight saving time,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
it just
Like,
gets
what's going on?
darker a lot quicker and
Yeah.
all the things. So yeah. All right, let's get you a check at the weather, because in theme with also it just kind of feeling like the holidays, yesterday was beautiful. We had plenty of sunshine and it was just a cooler day overall, thanks to yesterday morning's cold front that we had move through the area. Now this morning was chilly. We woke up in the low 40s here in San Antonio, some 30s up in the hill country. Now temperatures are warming into the mid to upper 40s across the northern tier of Bexar County, stretching north of San Antonio, some low 50s for places like Castroville, Hondo, 51 in Devine and 51 in Pleasanton out there in Atascosa County. We've got the cloud cover on hand, and for the most part I think we're gonna hold on to that throughout the rest of the day. So because of that cloud cover and of course still some lingering cooler air from yesterday's front, I think for the most part temperatures are likely going to top off in the mid 50s here in San Antonio, around 55 this afternoon. East northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so also a lot calmer than the winds that we saw yesterday. And later this evening, and especially tonight, it is possible that we see some pockets of drizzle develop and even some areas of fog for the Friday morning drive, because what's going to happen is we're going to see humidity, Gulf moisture quickly return overnight tonight and especially tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, if you're stepping out for the AM commute, probably a good idea to give yourself a little bit of extra time out the door, because some of that fog could be pretty dense in spots. A few lingering pockets of drizzle, some sprinkles certainly possible. Saturday, we're expecting our next cold front to move in, and that could hold temperatures to the upper 50s and low 60s into the afternoon. 20% chance for maybe an isolated shower as that front works in, especially across our southern counties. Also, I think some areas of fog will be possible again Saturday morning, but then into Sunday, see how it's still going to be warm again? So we're seeing kind of quick returns in humidity. So tomorrow is going to be warmer to today, still cloudy. We see that front move in. It's briefly cooler for the first half of the weekend, and then temperatures start to warm back up quickly into the back half of the weekend. And into next week, it's the first full week of December. Everybody's getting excited for the holidays, holiday season getting underway. It's not really going to feel like the first week of December. Mid to upper 70s. It's going to be humid. The clouds are going to stick with us. So hopefully everybody enjoyed the sunshine yesterday, because it's looking like, for the most part, we're going to see a cloudy trend here over the next several days.
All right.
Hot chocolate weather, cafecitos,
All of
anything
the
warm
good
tea.
things. All of the
Yes.
good things.
Yes.
Yeah. Tis
Yeah,
the
pan dulce,
season.
Okay, I
cafecito.
like
Yeah,
that.
there we go. Now that we're just gonna keep on
I
adding
know, we
stuff.
can keep
But
going.
it'll make the
Yeah.
list bigger,
Yeah.
I know.
honestly.
But tell us again, what was your favorite holiday meal that you said your mom makes?
Chicken and dumplings.
Yes.
That was like,
Okay.
to this day. She actually made some the other day because we had that discussion. I always, as a kid, knew that cold weather season was here when she would bust out the chicken and dumplings
Wow.
recipe.
I need to try
So-
it. She told me about it, and I'm like, I haven't tried that.
I'll have to bring you some, because you brought me those awesome pastries.
The Cuban
Yes,
pastries.
a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
So, all right,
Okay.
let
I'm
it be
liking all
known
this
here on
food. I'm getting
KNN.
hungry now.
We're gonna bring in some chicken.
I
and
like these
dumplings.
promises
And
here.
we can try that with the Christmas
Yeah,
in a can.
absolutely.
Oh, and then the Christmas in a can. We got a lot going on. We
do.
have
we
a
do.
plan.
Yeah,
do.
potluck time for sure. Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, Mia.
Thank you very
Of
much,
course,
Mia.
guys.
Appreciate it. All right. So as we've been talking all month, we have officially wrapped up No Shave November, and man, what an effort here from our guys, the crew here at KSAT 12. We have done some pretty awesome things. We surpassed our goal of $20,000 to raise. We hit $30,000.
$10,000.
Yes.
Incredible. Now, Justin Horn, 5,731.
Look at this, this back and forth here.
But it has been going back and
yes,
forth.
Mike and Justin, we're going back and forth, and it looks like Justin here has beat him by about, what is that, $15? I'm trying to do math off the top. $15, that's it. That's all that Justin beat him by. And then David Sears gets the bronze here with $3,100. David shaved off the beard today, but great job.
I need to see that video. Last year's video was amazing. I need to see today. And he's laughing over there because he knows that he's probably did some faces.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, but David's got that, the baby face look once again. Looking good, David.
He's moisturized. He's moisturized right now.
And so, yeah, David ends up in third place here, and Mark Austin ends up in fourth place with 3,062. We also had Max that came in big here, 2,600. Stephen Cavazos, the co-chair of this thing with Justin Horn, had over $1,300, and Steve Spriester over $1,000. Followed by Jonathan, Adam Barasa.
I like how you keep going all the way till you get to you.
Hey, look, we're going to get to me, okay? Because I did surpass $800.
Amazing.
I was worried about it, but that's my own personal record.
Yes,
so thank you very much.
You know, you did amazing.
Yeah,
you did great. You did great. Next year, we go bigger.
Yeah, how do we do this? I mean, we continue to add more to our goal. I think when we first started, it was maybe $10,000, and then it's just kind of gone up since then. So, yeah, this is pretty awesome. And I know Stephen Cavazos is doing some stuff later on today to show some video of us getting pampered, treated at the shave off there.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, this is awesome. Thanks to the community for everyone donating.
Absolutely. All right. And thank you to Tiffany for jumping in with us this morning on KSAT News Now. Really appreciate everyone checking in with us, and we will see you back here tomorrow at 11 a.m.
They're already connecting with these youth, and it's unfortunate that the crime that's prevented is not reported. You know, the shootings that